Welcome to our show where we talk all things WWE.
I'm Pablo.
I'm Jack.
I'm Jay.
I'm Miguelito Mike.
Okay, Mike.
Great. Wrestlemania 34 is right around the corner, and we are going to share our thoughts and predictions of the stacked card that they have this year. First up, we have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So, what are your thoughts on it, and who do you think is going to pull a victory?
I like Dolph Ziggler, so I'm going with him. He needs this win. He's a great in-ring worker, and he needs a push. He needs this.
I feel, even though I don't like the guy, Baron Corbin, he might go for a back-to-back, which I feel has not really
Two-time.
Back-to-back Battle Royale wins haven't really been done, so maybe
Oh,
they
it's
might...
never happened, yeah.
Yeah, they might
I think
play
they only
that
have
angle.
3 total
Well, there you go.
ever. I think it was Big Show, Cesaro, yeah, and Baron Corbin. So I think it was just those 3. So.
No, and the 2 hype guys. He stay hype.
Oh, Mojo, yes.
Yeah, Mojo won.
Totally forgot about that one. My pick will be Big Cass, as I've heard rumors that he is ready to rumble. So before his injury, he was with Enzo, and there wasn't much going on. He was feuding with him and kind of was left behind. So now that he's ready to go, I think they're going to give him a big push and make him this mean giant that he's supposed to be. So
I'm gonna go on a limb here and say Gold Dust.
Mm.
He's old.
Old dust.
Old Dust. He's old. They could pull a surprise. I don't know. He probably won't win, but anyway, I'm just gonna go on the left field on that one.
Anything can happen, and we've seen crazy stuff happen, so I wouldn't be surprised. Next match that we're going to talk about, also in the pre-show, is the Women's Battle Royale. This is the first one ever that they're going to host, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So what do you think is going to hold the victory here?
I'm going for Natalia because, she's from Calgary, Canada, so I'm rooting for her. And she's a veteran. She needs this. She needs a good win, something to be remembered by.
With Bayley and Sasha feuding it out pretty hard on Raw, I feel like it might be one of those two, but I have to give my pick to the first ever SmackDown champion, Women's SmackDown champion, Becky Lynch. That's straight fire.
That's my girlfriend.
She's your girlfriend.
For me, it's got to be Sasha Banks. She's been there since the beginning, and she's done all these historic matches. First woman ever in the Middle East. She's done Hell in a Cell. She's kind of set the bar for everybody. So for me, it's got to be her that takes the very first one, and it'll help push her, hopefully in the next year, to some more championships. And plus, she loves Asians.
You would say that, Jay?
It's true.
It's true. I mean, it is true. I mean, she's married to one. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
So, I'm gonna go with Ruby Riott.
Ruby
Ooh.
Riott, whoa. Did some
Ruby
research
Riott.
there. Pull that one from.
Ruby.
Well,
Little Ruby.
I just feel like it's her time.
It's her time.
It's
yeah.
her time to shine.
She's very, very unique, that's for sure. So
Yeah.
that might be good. All right, well, moving on here, we've got the Cruiserweight match. That's between Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali. So, how do you guys feel about that one?
I like Cedric Alexander. He's a really good wrestler. They both are really good workers. I think it's gonna be the match of the night. I think they're gonna steal the show.
Steal the pre-show.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. But oh wait, Daniel Bryan's on this card. Never mind. Yeah, they're gonna steal the pre-show. And yeah, it's gonna be a really good match. But I'm going for Cedric Alexander.
Well, anybody that knows me knows that I was a huge fan of Enzo, so I haven't really been paying attention to the cruiserweights with much, detail. But if I had to pick, I'd say Mustafa.
Mustafa, yeah.
High flyer. So
I feel like Mustafa has the most heart right now, and that's what he's wrestling with. And this is going to be a underdog story where he's going to pull a victory and a lot of emotion. So I'm ready to cut some onions and just let it all out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mustafa too. That's my prediction.
Okay.
There you go. The main card here we've got. First one we're going to talk about is Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. That's a very controversial match.
Roman Reigns.
Very controversial match here. This has happened 3 years ago. Everybody's worried that it's going to be a repeat again. So it's interesting what they've done on Raw in the last few weeks. They've beaten Roman down every week, and now people are actually cheering for Roman. Like the last Raw that they had, I heard "Let's go Roman." Like it was kind of surprising because now it's kind of a turnaround. So
it's because people like, especially women, they love Roman.
Yeah, women and kids.
Women and kids, yeah.
But now, like,
he's kind of got like the kiss of John Cena when it comes to kids.
That's right. Like, so maybe it's turning around from Roman sucks to let's go Roman. So maybe he's got fans behind him. Well, more fans behind him now. So who do you think's going to pull the victory on this one?
Well, it's obviously going to be Roman Reigns because there's rumors that Lesnar's going to go back to the UFC. But I really don't care for this match. It's gonna suck.
Wow.
Yeah.
Haters.
Pablo
man.
freaking hates. Pablo freaking hates.
There's no
Roman Reigns.
Seth Rollins to save this match, so it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
That's true. Last time they fought, we had
Seth
Seth Rollins
Cash
jump
in.
in, and that was the heist of the century. So that was really good.
I'm gonna go with Roman only because the way he's been promoting every single week coming out here, saying that Brock disrespects the WWE universe. He's trying to play that card where I'm on the WWE universe side, so you guys should cheer for me. Plus, Brock never shows up, disrespects the locker room. He built on that. So
Part-timer.
Yeah, part-timer doesn't show up. Shows up and he doesn't really promote. He lets Heyman do all the talking. So I hate to admit it, but Vince's boy. He's
Vince's
gonna take
boy.
it.
Vince's boy.
Roman.
I would have to agree with Pablo and Jack on that one. I mean, Roman Reigns has been Vince's boy since day one, and with Brock Lesnar rumored to be leaving WWE after WrestleMania, he is surely going to hand over the title and to a deserving guy, Roman Reigns.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want Roman Reigns to win, so I'm just going to be the odd one out and just say Lesnar is going to destroy him.
Lesnar's going to retain. Interesting.
Yeah. He's just going to rip him apart.
I like
Yeah.
That would be
fair.
a joyous occasion.
that. Yeah.
The next match that we have here is one of the ones that we've all been looking forward to is AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. This has been built since Royal Rumble, and everybody's been hyping this up since day one. So we finally get to see it. There was a pay-per-view before this. Was it Fastlane that had AJ put the title on the line? So they teased us that it could have been somebody else, but we finally get what we want, AJ and Nakamura. So who's going to take it this time?
I like both of these wrestlers a lot, and it's a hard pick, but I have to go with Shinsuke. Simply because he deserves the belt. AJ's been holding on for a while now, and it's interesting where they could go from there if Shinsuke has the belt. And hopefully AJ turns heel, because he's a really good heel. And I like him in this decision.
Yeah, I totally forgot that he was heel. When all he
Beating up John Cena.
Yeah, all he did was beat up John Cena. Yeah, I think that totally would be an interesting angle to go. I mean, you're right. AJ Styles has had the belt for quite some time, So yeah, it would be awesome for the Royal Rumble winner to win the belt at WrestleMania. So my pick Shinsuke.
Yeah. Shinsuke has improved quite a bit in the last, I would say, even few months with his promos, his fighting. Like English is getting a little bit better.
Debatable.
So
Debatable, yeah.
he's been putting up quite a good showing. So definitely, my vote would be Nakamura taking the belt.
Yeah, I gotta go with Nakamura. Shinsuke has probably the best intro of anybody. Like when he comes in, like
Very
I love
theatrical.
Yeah.
He's singing along.
It's just awesome in his style, the Japanese style, and the way he's like for me, he's like an anime character come to life, and so I want him to win. He's amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Shinsuke.
Yeah, he is quite the character. So
Yeah.
So the next match we have on the card here is the Intercontinental Championship. The Miz versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. That one I feel like it could steal the show for the night.
Yeah.
So we have Miz, who just had a baby a few days ago. So, Congrats, Miz. Baby Monroe.
Monroe Sky Mizanin.
What?
That's her full name. So, Pablo, who do you think is going to take that match?
I'm going for Finn Balor because he has the best body of all two of those guys.
Okay.
No, I like Finn Balor.
All right.
Oh, we know
I like Finn Balor.
what you're watching.
I've been following his career for a while, and I think he deserves this Intercontinental title. And yeah, he's a founding member of the Bullet Club, so it's gonna be really cool with that title. And Seth Rollins, I want him to go and go after the championship belt after. Hopefully, he turns heel as well. And The Miz is probably gonna go back to SmackDown, where he's gonna feud with Daniel Bryan, which is gonna be exciting. So I'm hoping for all that to happen.
I personally want to see Finn win just because.
It's your heart pick. Heart is saying Finn.
Yeah, just because he hasn't held any titles really. He held the Universal
Not
Championship.
lately, yeah.
He's only had the Universal Championship once.
One day.
That one day, and then he got stripped because he was injured. So I want to see will Finn win something and be able to like
Carry it for a bit.
carry for a bit. But like, I don't know.
Question: does Finn come out as the demon?
No, I don't think so.
I think so. It's going to be a grand, like this is the show of shows, like the grandest stage of them all. They're going to throw the craziest intros for everybody.
I think he comes out as demon.
I hope
I
he
think
comes
he
out as
comes.
demon.
I think he comes out too because like if he hasn't won anything in his normal form, and he comes out and becomes the demon and wins it.
That's a good point. Yeah.
He's never
Yeah.
lost as the demon.
True.
Maybe it'd be too predictable then because people would be like, oh, he's coming out as his special form and he'll just kick everyone's ass.
For me, I think Miz is going to continue retaining the IC belt, and I think he will be the longest reigning champion, I believe, after he wins at WrestleMania. So I think he deserves that title, and he's going to continue carrying that belt. At the Go Home show for Raw this past week, we had, I believe, Seth Rollins win over Finn Balor, and that kind of leads me to believe that Rollins might not win the triple threat match because he got that last win there. So it's probably, and I don't see Finn holding that belt. He's probably going to go right for the Universal Championship. So I would say Miz is going to retain.
Okay. I'm going with Finn in demon form and he's going to win.
Well, the next match we have is the U.S. title, which is a fatal four-way with Randy Orton, Rusev, Bobby Roode, and Jinder Mahal. So it was originally a triple threat, and then they added Rusev within the last 2 weeks. Sounded like everybody was pushing for Rusev to be on the main card there. So,
Well, because you know what day it is.
well,
Rusev Day.
Rusev.
WrestleMania lands on Rusev Day.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
So, Pablo, who do you think's going to take that match?
Well, I'm hoping Rusev takes it. I'd like to see him have that U.S. title again. And I just like what he's doing with Aiden English. And
He's getting a big push.
he's getting a big push, and they're getting themselves over, just being funny guys. And I don't really care for the rest of them.
But is he a face or is he a heel?
He's a heel
It's-
turn face.
Baby
he's
face.
still.
He's that anti-hero.
It's not a little baby face.
I don't know. He does heelish things though,
Yeah.
so it's kind of confusing. But yeah, he's the
But
same.
it's-
I think
He's
they're
in the
keeping him
ring.
unpredictable.
He's in the ring. Like, Bobby Roode's not the best face either, so...
He was better when he was a heel.
Yeah, he was way
Especially
better
on
at
NXT.
NXT, and I don't really care for Randy Orton. And
Yeah, Randy Orton is the current champion, so he would be losing.
Yeah.
What about you, Jack?
I'd like to see Randy hold on to the belt for a little longer, just because this is his first time as U.S. champ. You know, it's eluded him for this long. Having him hold on to the belt a little bit longer would be nice. Obviously, I'm wearing a Bobby Roode t-shirt, so
Yeah, so you're
part,
biased.
part of me wants to see Bobby win. But the whole adding Jinder and Rusev thing, I wasn't really on board with, just because Jinder had his push when he was WWE champion.
Yeah, they just threw him in.
Yeah,
there.
when they had the
Yeah.
whole
Just-
India push, and now that that's over, I felt like it was
Yeah.
kind of last minute adding those two in. But my picks for RKO.
So a bunch of RKOs out of nowhere, then, right? I definitely hope Rusev wins because this is his time now for a final push, and you know where better to do it than Wrestlemania. So everybody's going to be on board. Every 70,000 people are going to all be chanting Rusev Day, Rusev Day. So how can you not be over at that point?
Well, like, I mean, if you watch Rusev when he wrestles, the crowd interaction with him is insane. Like, so many people will...
People chant Rusev Day when he's not even there.
Yeah, no,
Like,
that's what I'm
it's-
saying.
It is crazy.
So they've kind of built him up to be kind of like...
Hey, remember Lana?
member line. I remember. Let's get on to some women's matches here.
Yes,
so the
please.
first women's match we're going to talk about is Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. How do you guys feel about that one?
I like Alexa Bliss a lot. She's doing good things with that title. She's not defending it a whole lot, and she's a great
She's playing
heel.
like a chicken heel.
Yeah, she can shit heel. She's so good at it though. I don't really care for Nia Jax to have the title or this match and this feud really, because
But they definitely flipped Nia like 180. She was like a heel, and now like everybody feels sorry for her because she's been picked on. She's
never
been bullied.
wins.
She never wins now. Like
So-
it's very odd. So they definitely set her up to be a face now, and I think people are starting to feel sorry for her. So you know.
I don't know. I just don't really care for Nia to have the title. And I like Alexa Bliss. I want to see where she would go beyond this. And if she pulls a victory over Nia Jax, it'll be interesting to see what they do and how she gets it.
Contra.
Yeah.
Poncho. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Nia just because they have flipped the script on her, and you know how she has been bullied. So I think the fans are gonna be with her at WrestleMania, but she'll end up losing it during a rematch on Raw or something back to Alexa, and that's how.
She'll get her moment,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Either that or somehow Mickey is gonna play.
Nikki,
Mickey James is gonna play a part. I mean, but where do you go after that? You know, if Nia wins, just because she is
And Asuka's out
the
too.
irresistible force, you know. So
Asuka's out too.
Yeah, my pick, my heart is picking Nia, but I have a feeling that Alexa Bliss is going to retain, either due to Mickey James interference or just being lucky and running away or just getting DQ'd. She's going to retain the title somehow because she always figures out a way. So
I'm gonna go with Nia Jax. I think, she
go with
hasn't.
heart.
Yeah,
Go with your heart.
she's been set up to kind of win this match.
Pretty
So
much, yeah.
I think it goes straight to her.
The next women's match that we have is Charlotte Flair and Asuka. That one has been set up for a while now since Royal Rumble, which Asuka had won the first Women's Royal Rumble, and she decided that she wanted to fight Charlotte for the belt. So that means she would be going to SmackDown afterwards. So what do you guys think about that?
I think Asuka's gonna get that belt, and she deserves it as well. She's undefeated, and I don't know, she looks good going into this match. And Charlotte's great with the belt too, but it's Asuka's turn.
Yeah, streak versus championship. So I would have to say Asuka, just because I think if Shinsuke was a Royal Rumble winner and wins at WrestleMania, and I also think Asuka has the same chance of being the Royal Rumble winner and being able to take the belt at WrestleMania. Plus, it'd be nice to see the undefeated streak added on with the fact that it's also the championship reign as well. You know, you beat the streak, you get to be the champion, so that'd be kind of cool to see.
For me, I feel like Asuka is going to pull the victory. Don't forget, there is a Money in the Bank in the wild here, held by Carmella, which I think she's going to be cashing in during this match. And in a way to make it not look like Charlotte is weak, Asuka will be pinning Carmella instead to keep Charlotte strong while, you know, Asuka can continue her undefeated streak. Or it could be the other way around where Charlotte pins Carmella and technically Asuka didn't lose, she never got pinned. So, but my pick would be Asuka continuing her streak and pulling the victory.
Yeah, I think it's clear that Shinsuke's probably going to win his match. Well, it's not clear.
Right.
They've kind of kept it up, so I think it would be cool to have two
Japanese
champions that are Japanese. That would be really
at the
cool.
same time.
At the same time.
Yeah, at the
that would
same
be
show
dope.
too. Because they both won Royal Rumble at the same time.
Yeah.
They could both win WrestleMania at the same time, which would
Yeah.
be
But where do you go from there? Like after you have two Japanese champions, where do you guys think it's going to go after that?
You start a faction.
Okay, come on.
okay. Anita Faith.
AJ Styles, I don't need your help. I probably shouldn't say.
Did you see her promo yesterday though, where she's like, "The queen cannot defeat the." She couldn't even say empress. It just ended up emperor. And then she kind of did like a mic drag away from her face.
Oh man. Yes.
Emperor.
They're like, quick, go to camera 3, microphone 5, get away from it.
We've got a few more matches here. One other big one that we have is the tag team match. So the Raw tag team match. We got Cesaro and Sheamus, the Bar, versus Braun Strowman and To Be Announced. So they've been teasing Braun Strowman's partner for a few weeks, and just this past week on Raw, he came out as Brain Strowman, which was
so
hilarious.
He had glasses and a shirt on.
Oh my god. I laughed out loud. It was really good.
It was so funny.
He's not going to spoil it yet. Obviously, we're going to get a surprise at WrestleMania, and you know, everybody's guessing. It's a guessing game now who's going to come out with him. So why don't we pick who the winner is, and who do you think is going to join him as his partner?
Well, I heard a spoiler online, but I'm not gonna say it. So
Just spread the rumors, please. Spread.
okay, so the spoiler is that what's Sheamus and what's his name? Cesaro are they're in another match overseas and they still have the belts in the card.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So they're going to retain.
So they're gonna retain.
Yeah.
But I hope
Not
they don't.
surprising.
I hope they don't. They're good wrestlers, but just want to see someone else with the belt. And
Who's his partner then?
yeah, as for Braun Strowman's partner, I want it to be James Ellsworth.
Oh my god.
Because James, he put him on the map.
You put him on the map. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Jack.
With Braun being so strong, like it's. I feel like
There's no way it's going to be a clean pin. It's going to be some kind of
it's gonna be-
DQ or...
But I feel like it could be Braun, and
You have champion's advantage, right? So
yeah,
it could be a lot of
I
things.
feel like Braun could still win it, and then
By himself.
by himself, or he could, I don't know, surprise pick Chris Jericho and have Jericho come
That's true.
for Mania.
Jericho apparently does have a concert with Fozzy, so I don't think he's going to be there, but, you know.
Or it's going to be
hope.
Kurt Hawkins.
Or it's going to be Kurt Hawkins.
With this streak.
in WrestleMania.
It was funny because when Kurt Hawkins on Raw, he was like approaching Braun Strowman. He's like, "Can I be your partner?" And then Braun's like, "What's your record?" And he was just like rolling his eyes.
He had like a Braun Pick Me shirt on.
That's so funny. And then he got thrown into the wall and it fell apart. So. Too bad.
It fell apart.
For me, it's definitely going to be the Bar retaining. I just don't see Braun Strowman in the tag team title picture. You know, he's definitely going to be in the main event for the Universal Championship somewhere down the line. So I don't think he's going to win, but it'll be definitely a good showing for him. His partner, a lot of rumors on the internet, but my pick would be Rey Mysterio. He's been around WWE for a long time, and even recently he was in the Royal Rumble. So apparently he has a contract with WWE, so we'll see if he comes back or not. He's been training, so injured training. We'll see what happens, but that's going to be my pick for his partner.
I'm gonna go with the Bar. I'm not too familiar with Strowman, so for
Just
his
a big
partner,
dude. He's just a big dude.
For his partner, maybe Neville.
Neville?
Neville.
I mean, sorry. my bad.
Neville?
Neville.
Except Neville is not in the WWE right now,
That'd be a great surprise.
but
No.
he may return. There was rumors of him coming back,
That'd be awesome.
and everybody right now wants him back. He was a great heel,
Yeah.
and I hope he does return and make a comeback. So, the other side, SmackDown's Tag Team Championship. We've got the Usos versus the New Day, and versus the Bludgeon Brothers. So that's going to be a triple threat. I believe it's going to be a tornado match where they're all in at the same time. Because it would be weird to have a triple threat tag team. How would that even work?
Yeah.
It'd just be very odd.
So-
2 people in at once, 3 people in at once. But anyways,
Oh,
I have a feeling it is going to be kind of a free for all and just go all.
It's gonna
at
be
it.
an entertaining match for sure.
So, who do you pick as your winner?
Wouldn't mind seeing the New Day win again. I'm not keen on the Bludgeon Brothers. I don't find them scary. That beatdown was really good at the last pay-per-view.
All the way they took out Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods
Oh my
and just
God,
like,
it looked-
yeah. It was good, but yeah.
They slammed him against some stairs.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
he was just,
And he
was
was
like, for like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
What a good actor.
Yeah, so I'm hoping New Day wins the belt. Yeah.
My heart says Usos retain, you know, that Uso penitentiary, but just the Uso New Day feud is just so old now. I'm so sick of it.
They keep coming up with new things.
It's nice. Like they're both really good at promoting their.
But
their
now it's
stuff,
no
but,
longer
like,
just those two. They've got the Bludgeon
So
Brothers.
I
in
feel
now.
like it's gonna be Bludgeon Brothers.
Oh.
New tag team
Yeah.
champs.
Yeah, they definitely are a
Mix it up.
force now in the SmackDown tag team, and they definitely look scary. And every week they've been just beating up guys. They've been on a roll, and they're getting a big push now. So I do think it is their time right now to steal the show and to take away the belts. So that's my heart pick there. So
So you're going with the Bludgeon Brothers?
Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah, it's tough because I like Xavier Woods and I like the New Day. I think their style is really the pancakes. It's hilarious.
Right out of their underwear.
Oh man, it's so funny. In the crowd,
eat
the
it.
people that eat them, I'm just like, But what do you guys like? What do you guys think the Bludgeon Brothers are going to do? Are they going to do something even more brutal this time? Like if they win,
I hope they make it like a no DQ match. I mean, I guess when
Well,
it's
they
triple
could
threat, it would
tag-
be no DQ. They can use ladders, they can use tables. Like, I think they need to introduce some weapons here to make it more interesting.
They're gonna bring the hammers.
Bring
I
the
think this is
hammers
gonna be
out.
brutal.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be
Like,
a brutal match, but
we're
I
gonna
hope we see
feel
some
it.
weapons there. So
I don't know. I'm gonna go with the New Day. I like them a lot. So I mean I don't have a particular reason why. I just think they're hilarious. I just want them to win, and they always win everything. So.
One of the biggest matches here we have at WrestleMania 34, and it's just been promo after promo, is the Triple H, Stephanie McMahon versus Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey match. That has been built up since Royal Rumble when Ronda Rousey was introduced to the WWE, and now we finally get to see her in-ring debut. She's been practicing at the Performance Center, she's been training a lot, so we'll get to see what kind of moves she's got, but I think this will be a very good match.
Well, it's obvious Ronda Rousey's gonna win with Kurt Angle because they're both Olympic winners, and no one wants to see Stephanie McMahon and Triple H win. And they want Ronda Rousey to go far. So it'd be interesting to see what she does after this too.
Remember, this is all Kurt Angle's fault because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, that's their promo. Like, Kurt Angle's an idiot, and it's all his fault that they're gonna lose.
Yeah. Did you own the bitch?
Yeah. What do you think, Jack?
I think it's gonna be Kurt and Rousey, and I feel like both of them are gonna do their submissions at the same time to end the match, just like how Cena and Nikki did.
Yeah.
The AAs at the same time
Yeah.
last year
Like,
to win.
like a couple.
Yeah.
That was
So
I mean, you can't have.
so stupid.
I mean, you could, but you can't really sign someone as big as Ronda and have her lose her
No,
first
no,
match.
match, yeah.
There's no way.
I mean, it's possible, but it'd be
It'd
stupid.
be silly. Yeah. Yeah, definitely Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle are gonna take this match away. I don't know how they're gonna perform. It's gonna be really interesting to see. I have a feeling that they're probably going to let Kurt Angle and Triple H do most of the fighting, and then you got Ronda and Steph maybe on the side, outside. But definitely, I think the men is going to do more wrestling here, and the women are just more for show. She's probably going to be super nervous, especially her first event is at WrestleMania, and all eyes are on her. Even people from UFC are watching. Like, the whole world is watching her, so she may or may not participate a lot in the match, but it'll be great to see her out there anyway. So,
Well, so here's the thing. I'm kind of the opposite of you. I think if this is her first match, they're going to put her front and center, and she's going to be the focus. So I think she's going to probably... Ronda Rousey has to win. They can't come and bring someone from MMA and then have them
Shoot it
lose
right
on
down,
the first
yeah.
match. So I think she's definitely going to win. Do you guys think there's going to be any type of concho in this?
I think Rousey's gonna put Stephanie through a table after what, because Stephanie put her through a table on Raw. So I think karma's coming.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
There will be blood, hopefully. Looking forward to
Oh,
it.
Rousey blood. As Pablo says.
We've got Daniel Bryan partnering up with Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So that's his comeback fight for his return, and looks like he is ring ready. So hopefully it'll be a good showing for Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing him wrestle again. I'm really excited. I'm not a big Shane McMahon fan, but it's good to see them team up and work together. And the story has evolved, and even though Daniel Bryan's good friends with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, because they're indie partners from back in the day, it's still gonna be such a great match. And Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are just great heels, so it's gonna be great seeing Daniel Bryan come on top.
There's also a stipulation for this match. If
That's
Kevin
right.
and
Oh,
Sami
right.
lose, they
Are fired.
and if they win, they get rehired.
Well, they remain fired. They're
They
technically
remain- yeah,
fired
They're
now.
technically they're fired right now, but if they win, they get rehired. But there's also rumors that Vince McMahon wants a superstar shakeup. So I think Shane and Daniel win, which will get Kevin and Sami permanently fired until
From
they do
SmackDown.
From SmackDown, because that was the stipulation that they wouldn't be able to wrestle on SmackDown anymore. They didn't say from the WWE or from Raw. So I think they'll lose, have to remain fired, and then when the shakeup happens, they'll get brought back to Raw, and then they'll feud with someone else.
Yeah, my pick is definitely Daniel Bryan. He's got to win his first match from coming back after 2 or 3 years of missing all the action, and it's going to be great to see him put his heart back into what he loves, and that's what we're all going to feel. We're all going to be cutting onions and crying together like we did when he retired. So it's finally come full circle where he returns, and definitely he's going to pull the victory. As for Kevin Owens and Sami being fired, I think Jack sounds like he's on the right track, where they're going to be fired from SmackDown, but they can definitely move over to Raw and start a new path. So
what I think is going to happen is Daniel Bryan is going to get to the point where he's just about to pin him. And then he's going to kind of have a flashback of how he's friends with him, and then they're going to take advantage of him because he's such a good dude. Like, I think even though they've kind of set him up to be enemies against, the other guys like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, I think what's going to end up happening is kind of similar to how he got the beat down originally. Because he's like, we're supposed to be friends, and he's like about to shake their hands and stuff. Even when he fired him, he wasn't like a dick to him. So I think that's going to happen again. He's going to kind of remember how he was friends with them, and then they're going to take advantage. They're going to take advantage.
The story's going to come out through the match, right? And you're going to see it develop. So, well, that's what I think you're going to be looking
and
forward
then and then they can continue this kind of feud because they pin him, they come back in, and then Daniel Bryan just messes him up down the road. Like they set them up to be major heels, that then Daniel Bryan comes and destroys them down the road. Yeah. So that's my prediction. I don't know.
Can't wait for that match. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
So that's it for the 13 matches that are officially announced. However, we have one more that is almost certain it's going to happen. We have Cena versus The Undertaker. Cena's been calling out The Undertaker every week on Raw, calling him a baby, calling him chicken, calling him every name he can think of just to get The Undertaker's attention. And Undertaker has not made one appearance yet since last year's WrestleMania. So John Cena...
Not true. He did show up for the Raw 25.
That is true.
But he didn't wrestle.
But no promos about anything with anyone, so basically didn't really count. But he is going to be hopefully returning, and otherwise Cena is just going to be a fan going to WrestleMania. So it's funny, I read something online and somebody predicted that John Cena is just going to sit there, and at the end of Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar match, everything's going to go black, and then The Undertaker appears. He's going to stare down Brock and Roman because they've both beaten him, and then all of a sudden John Cena shows up, and I guess John Cena wants to join that group to have beaten The Undertaker, and then from there maybe they have a match or they have something that happens. So that's just a prediction that I read online, but who knows? Maybe that could happen.
Well, I mean, The Undertaker is how old now? I mean, he's a classic. He's vintage.
50, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's like vintage wine. I don't know. Like, people hate Cena at this point. Most people do, except for like little children. So it would be nice to see Cena just get demolished by The Undertaker, just completely. But then where do you go with such an old wrestler?
So who do you think is going to, if that match happens, who do you think is going to actually take it?
I think Undertaker.
Undertaker?
Just because
for his final match, I mean, he's supposed to be
They can't
retired.
have him go out. They can't have him go out with no victory. Like he has to destroy. Maybe he destroys all three of them. Just comes in, destroys Brock Lesnar.
The streak's already tainted. It's like 22-2 now. I mean, like it's It's tainted. So
yeah, you would do that. But like, so does he just retire then after this, or what?
Hopefully, I mean, it's time. It's time for the dead man to rest in peace. But Like, he definitely needs to kind of just... We need to just celebrate Undertaker and finally put him to rest. Because
He should have retired years ago.
I don't even know if he's in ring shape right now.
No,
Like, he looked pretty poor in the last few WrestleManias.
It was terrible. Yeah, he should have just gone out and win the streak that when Brock Lesnar beat him. And,
So maybe there is no match then. Maybe it's just more of a promo or more of a...
I don't know if John Cena is like calling him out 3 weeks in a row now. It's a pretty troll move of John Cena because people were expecting to see the Undertaker at WrestleMania, and nothing happens. But personally, I think Undertaker's done.
But
His last WrestleMania match was terrible.
do you think he's going to win, or do you think he's going to...
If he does come back and you do this match, he's obviously going to win because he can't. He had a win over Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. So, yeah, he needs to win. And, especially he can't go out too long.
I don't know, man. I feel like the match isn't gonna happen.
I hope.
And if it does happen, like, I don't know where that goes. If Cena wins, then Deadman retires, and if Deadman wins, Deadman retires again.
Where do you go from there, right?
What if he comes out as American Badass and not as the Undertaker?
Yeah,
No, you can't retire
And
as
Kid
the
Rock is singing his
Kid Rock, Kid Rock is
No,
there.
you can't come back out as the American Badass gimmick on a motorcycle and just... I don't know.
That would be
I
cool.
feel like
That
if
would be cool.
It would be cool. I feel like if he does come out and they do have a match, he should be like, "Hey, I'm done." Like, he should pick up a mic, just say thank you to the fans, and
That's it.
just leave it at that.
Yeah. Just go away.
Yeah. So if he does come out, do you think he even goes to a match, or if he just retires and says he's done and doesn't fight Cena at all?
It's gonna be something with Cena. I mean,
yeah.
it's gonna be something. Like, this has
Yeah.
been building up for so long.
Yeah.
I don't see them not throwing a punch. Like, they have to throw at least a couple punches. But
When Samoa Joe comes out and stuff.
or do we get a Samoan named Joe that comes out? Roman Lames.
Samoa Joe would come out and kick everyone's ass.
Well, that's the full card, and
That's WrestleMania 34.
that's WrestleMania 34. So hopefully everybody will be watching it this Sunday, and we will definitely share our thoughts after the event. And yeah,
Subscribe to the channel. Links will be down below if you want to.
Somewhere around this general area.
You want to subscribe, click on the button.
Jack
Or
Space.
if you know me, my social media will be down in the description. If you want to hit us up with questions.
yeah. Let's get a group hug, guys.
we have- We have Jack. We have Jack. He's here. He's alive.
He belongs to us.
All right, signing out. Peace.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Bye.